What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy, and welcome to another Game Week preview, where we look at my suggestions of players you should bring into your teams and why. And I've been on form recently. Last week it wasn't so good, but double game weeks helped us back up. We had an average of 6.8 points per players. Now that's probably going to be doubled with this game week because of the double game week. So get your thought caps on and look at the suggestions I've got for you. 3 goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders and strikers. Like I say, in the review, if you haven't watched it, then go and check it out. It'll be on my channel, the video before this. I said I'd be revamping the whole setup for next season, and the minute this season stops, then I'll be working on that. Little break, off to America, back on it again, and next season, it is going to be much better than this season, as it's just me talking to a camera. But for this coming few episodes, we've still got the same setup, and we've got some absolute corkers for you this game week. Starting off with Starting off with a goalkeeper. I just had to get it out of the way because I've been mumbling my words, and this is the third time I've tried to record this, and I can't bother to stop the recording again. But David De Gea comes in. He missed the first few games because of faxing issues, but we're looking at it. Good game week against, well, I say that, pretty average game week against Tottenham. I mean, unfortunately, Fosu Mensah came off and everything collapsed. But this coming game week, home against Villa, home against Palace. Now, almighty Lord above must be thinking De Gea in for this game week. I mean, currently you've only got 14.8%, so you're in a minority. Get David De Gea in right now. Otherwise, it could be, a very low-scoring week for your goalkeepers. David De Gea, I'm certain he's going to get 2 clean sheets, and I'm really going to regret saying that. But David De Gea, definitely a certainty to get into your goal. Next up, we've got a man by the name of Petr Cech, who missed the game against Arsenal because he wasn't 100% fit. Surely that means he'll be 100% fit now. Coming in, home against Palace, home against West Brom. Like I say, it is an absolute certainty. If you've got bench boost and you've got enough to bring in De Gea and Cech, here comes the money, is all I've got to say to you. I say that, it's only, 6 points a game, so 12 points unless you make saves, and that make it 13 or 14. But still, it is going to be huge points-wise compared to every other goalkeeper, so get Petr Cech in your team if you don't want to get David De Gea in. And then finally, this one is slightly a risk, but if you want to have a lower cost backup goalkeeper for your bench boost, then I suggest this man. And this one I'm deadly serious on is Simon Mignolet. Absolute bargain at 4.9 million. Considering you look at his games up, he's got double game week 34, double game week 37, and he does not miss a game week in 35. It's an absolute banker. I, for one, if I had the money, would be bringing him in. I might bring him in after De Gea is done, because I'm looking at De Gea's fixtures. A bit of uncertainty about Leicester, and you also got West Ham, and you miss game week 35, but Mignolet has definitely got a good chance. And to add to that, look at his fixtures. Excluding Chelsea, everyone else is an absolute, certainty for a clean sheet pretty much, unless they cock up somehow or the other team plays fantastically out of their skin. Simon Mignolet is an absolute must-have between the sticks. Moving on from that, we've got, actually, Milestone Liverpool, got another defender, and it's Alberto Moreno. Now, I did, a top 5 goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders and strikers videos for the double game week, so if you want to, go and check them out. They will be on my channel. But Alberto Moreno, I did pick Klein for the video. I think Moreno, though, could be a decent choice as well. 4.6 million, although Klein isn't that bad as well, 5.2. But I've gone with Moreno because he's playing. You're looking at, he's only missed a few game weeks this season, and fixtures coming up away against Bournemouth, home against Everton, teams that aren't really renowned for their defending prowess, I should say. And Alberto Moreno should be a really good choice. Moving on from that, we've got another left back. Well, actually, I just realised we've got 3 left backs on here, and the second left back is from Arsenal, and his name is Nacho Monreal. Now, although I didn't have a very good game week against West Ham, notably because of a certain Andy Carroll, Nacho Monreal comes in. Good sturdy, 5.8 million, cheapest of all the Arsenal defenders that are going to, well, you've got Mertesacker and Gabriel, but they probably will switch, so best to get, a certainty in. If you want to go up in price, you got Koscielny and Bellerin, but Monreal is the decent starting block for you. Home against Palace, home against West Brom. We've already gone through this. Definite chance of getting a clean sheet in both of them. And finally, we do have a West Ham defender, and it's another left back, and it's Aaron Cresswell. Now, he got an assist in the Arsenal game, and he's got a double game week. Leicester and Watford. I feel like there could be 2 clean sheets. I feel like this could be the start of Leicester's stumbling block, but I've been saying that for weeks, and if they manage to get a 1-0 or 2-0 or 2-1 against West Ham, I would not be surprised. But Cresswell could help. He's a very good defender, absolute wonder of a left foot, and he's definitely worth bringing in because 5% million could get you a few cheeky extra points in a double game week. Now, we've got the goalkeepers and defenders. Now it gets exciting. The midfielders. I've only got 3 midfielders for you, and starting off, we've carried over again. I'll start off with West Ham, and we've got Dimitri Payet. Who else? Who actually, for the first time in a long while, didn't get a goal or a clean sheet and just got stuck with 2 points. So he's done that since Southampton. But 3 goals. Payet was involved in none of them. Still managed to, get man of the. I think we got man of the match. Or someone said he had a fantastic game. There were, Andy Carroll. Come on, and but he comes in. Leicester and Watford. Watford definitely he could capitalise against Leicester. He could cause them a bit of trouble because although they're playing a counter-attacking style, when you got a man like that, he can find anyone. And they're very good, very demented at the back, but Leicester could be broken down by this wonder of a right foot Dimitri Payet has. Moving on from that, we've got a Liverpool midfielder, goes by the name Mr. Philippe Coutinho. Now, Coutinho, I was looking at defenders, that's why. Philippe Coutinho comes in, he didn't play against Stoke, which means he is absolutely fully freshed. He is probably going to play against Dortmund to try and take him through, but away against Bournemouth, home against Everton, doesn't miss a game week, also has Watford and Chelsea in game week 37. To bring him in 8.2 million, it's an absolute certainty, and I feel like you definitely should bring him in. And as well as Everton being poor and Bournemouth being poor, he could be on points galore. Starting off, we started off every time we've ended with something, we've started off. So Liverpool, we ended the goalkeepers, went on to defenders. We ended the defenders of West Ham and started the midfielders of West Ham. We're ending the midfielders with Manchester City, and we're starting the strikers of Manchester City, and it's not Bonnie or Iheanacho. I'll give you a clue as to who that striker is, but ending off midfielders, we've got De Bruyne. I did put him in the team or my preview last week because I thought he would play, but he wasn't. He was rested for the Champions League, and well, what a decision that was. Still won in the game week, and still won in against PSG, so definitely worth it. He comes in double game week, away against Chelsea, away against Newcastle. Newcastle, well, we've seen what City can do once this season, and Chelsea, they've had their first loss, and they've got nothing to play for. City still chasing top 4, maybe title types, but I very much doubt it. So he comes in, definitely worth bringing him in. Could get a few extra points. 10.3 million though could be a problem. And lastly, we have Sergio Aguero, 13.5 million. Well, starting off with Aguero, I should say, but not very much needs to be said really. It's Aguero. He's going to get some goals. Chelsea is Newcastle. Triple captain him. I'd go with De Bruyne personally, but yes, Aguero definitely. And moving on, we've got another Liverpool striker, and he goes by the name of Daniel Sturridge. Now, I wouldn't have done this before, but 9.9 million is a risk. But we've got to the end of the season, and that means risks need to be taken. For me, Daniel Sturridge isn't going to miss a game week, and if he can keep fit, which he's played the last few games, but he hasn't really kept fit the whole of the season. Look how many games he's missed. It's an absolute atrocity. Bournemouth, Everton, Newcastle, Swansea, Watford, Chelsea and West Brom, all teams that aren't really been very good in the defence this season. So Sturridge could be in for an absolute point-scoring heaven. For me, it's a definite one you should be looking to bring in. And lastly, we have got a Manchester United striker, well, I say striker, midfielder really, and he goes by the name of Anthony Martial. Now, I've got a theory as to why Van Gaal keeps on playing Martial on the wing, because he thinks, well, FPL then will put Martial as midfielder come next season. When he puts his FPL in, boom, Martial can play up front, just above Rooney, banging all the goals as a midfielder, get more points, can get clean sheets when they win as a clean sheet, boom. And clever man, because that hopefully will happen. But he comes in, double game week, Aston Villa against Crystal Palace. I would put Rashford in there, but Rooney coming back leaves it with a bit of a, is he going to play, isn't he going to play? And I think Martial definitely will play, so he comes in, 7.6 million, definitely worth the buying, I suppose you could say. And that is it for this episode. So let's review over the players. We've got David De Gea. like I say, Certainty, Pesta Check and Simon Mignolet, all three of them could be very high scoring game weeks. And we've got Alberto Moreno, Nacho Monreal and Aaron Cresswell, Dimitri Payet, Philippe Coutinho and Kevin De Bruyne, and then lastly Sergio Aguero, Daniel Sturridge and Anthony Martial. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, then leave a like, let me think about my haircut and anything in the video in the comments down below, and subscribe if you feel like I'm worthy, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.